doing well? Now, I've come up with a video which is going to be superbly helpful, not only in terms of CLAT, but in terms of any other competitive paper, because we know for a fact that English is a major deal breaker. The fact that English has taken so much space, both in context of the paper and also in terms of being able to gauge the kind of comprehension skill that we have, that if English is not our friend, then probably any of the examinations might not just be our forte. So today, I have come up with a super cool, super helpful topic, and that is how to ace English for CLAT. So I'd like to say not only for CLAT, but for any other examination also that we might tend to have. So let's see how to do it for the exam. So what are we going to do? We're going to understand how to read, react, and ultimately rule. So please stay in tune until the end, because what I have for you is some really major and very, very effective stuff. So let's begin and see what do we have. So first of all, let's get our plot right. Let's understand what really troubles us. So let's get real. So all right, all of you English warriors, you need to listen up. Whether there is a vibe with vocabulary or there's a panic at the word passage, this one is definitely for you. So this is going to help you ward off all of these anxieties and all of these fears that one has the moment you see something which is around English. So welcome to an all-in-one, no fluff, no fuzz, English master plan for your examination. Because we have to understand, the deal is simple. English is just not a grammar test gone with those days. It's now a mindset test. So if you're not able to respect and understand the perspective of the author, I don't really think we'd be able to do anything there. And of course, our English prep, it's just not a chapter. It's a lifestyle upgrade, because going forward, you will always have to take the teal of English every time. So might as well just become somebody who's a samurai in English altogether. And let's know. First things first, let's know the battlefield. Let's know what the English and CLAT is really all about. We have 5 passages. Now, this can vary anywhere between 4 to 5. That's going to depend on the fancy of the examiner and decide. So ultimately, they have to divide 24 questions. They're going to do it however they wish. The passages are going to be worded anywhere between 450 to 500 words. No standalone grammar. So again, previously they used to ask a lot of grammar questions. Now they don't. If they wish, they will ask you in the context of a reading comprehension itself. No memory, but comprehension muscle. So it's now not about how many words you remember, what's your vocab strength, how many rules of grammar do we know, but it's all the game of perspective. It's all about being able to understand, comprehend the information better. So what are we going to do? We're going to engage. We're going to have to engage in activities like finding the main idea, knowing the tones, knowing the inferences, which are called reading between the lines, crack the vocab, which is going to be in context, and ultimately spot the logical flow. So these are our requisites. These are going to be what the passage now demands from us. So if you're still asking, what's the answer key? You're playing the wrong game. English is now how you think on your feet. So it is no more the age-old reading unseen passages wherein we just have direct questions. Now it's going to be a little complicated, and we will have to know what Da Vinci Code for the English section is going to be. Now, first things first, there has to be a major mindset shift. You have to understand, and you have to change the approach to English altogether, because English is not a subject. English is a language, and languages only get better when you keep practicing it. I'm a Hindi speaking person. If I stop speaking English for about 10 days, I will also stammer, because you lose the practice, and if you lose the practice, you drown the skill. It's a simple logic. So stop prepping for English like you're prepping for chemistry or any other theoretical subject. Please understand, English is a language. It is not a subject. So you don't study English, you will always live it. Which is why, what are the kinds of things you must engage in? Reading. Reading is like the gym. It's like flexing your mind to be able to broaden and understand perspectives. The passages, they're nothing but they're going to be the kind of workouts that we tend to have. Your score is a mental gain. So what you actually score will ultimately tell us how much we have been able to expand our horizon in terms of understanding. And small smart habits are always bigger than big, boring PDF. So don't sit with a set of rules in English. Make sure that you read two rules, but you practice it sufficiently and abundantly. Now, what to read and how should you be owning it? Now, the CLAT reading diet is going to be clean, crunchy, and contextual. So it's going to be what has been given there. It's going to be crunchy. Why? Because the answers are not going to be very direct. They're going to be inferential, and it's going to be contextual because, of course, everything will now find support. Everything will now find a pattern through the context only. So daily readings is the first requirement that you're going to have to engage in. What are you going to read? The editorials. Of course, the Hindu will take take the first part, but if not that, you want to start easy, get on to the Indian Express. You can also be reading one article daily, which can be from the Aeon, Project Syndicate, The Guardian, The Print, Scroll Dot in, anything. Some bonus tips, maybe 10 pages of a good novel. So if you are really into reading the novel, 10 pages is a good start to begin with. Short essays from the Atlantic or Live Mint. So you have some really small go-to essays that you can find and that can help you diversify your genres. Read like this. So what are the kinds of contents? What are the kinds of things you must keep on top of your mind while reading? What's the author saying? What's the tone? Is it serious? Is it sarcastic? Is it neutral? Etc. So you got to probe and see, okay, what is the emotive element that reflects from it? Can you guess the new word that coming in the sentence? We've done enough exercises around contextual vocabulary to be able to know what the words are likely to be. So read not for answers, always read for understanding. The answers will follow. The better you understand the text, the better your answer streak gets. Now, next, make vocab a vibe. Stop fretting over vocabulary. Stop getting scared of vocabulary. It is a myth if you feel that if I don't know the meaning of the word, I will not know what the context is. It does not happen like that. So say goodbye to the endless word list. We don't want you mugging up. It is time to build a sticky vocab habit. So you have to know how to get in tune with vocabulary, how to inculcate vocabulary as a lifestyle. It has to be something that's going to enhance your personality and not just have an academic, academic view to it. So vocab journal, there should always be this one copy wherein you're going to jot down all of the words and what is the word? Where do you see it? What does it mean in that line? So with every time you have the word, please make sure that these are the three things that you write for the word. So that the next time you read the word, you might not know the meaning. But in the moment you know, oh, I saw it there. That memory is enough for you to trace back to what the meaning is likely to be. Use flashcards, right? We then have use the words, even if it sounds silly. So this traffic is utterly draconian, dude. So I know as starters, if you're going to be using heavy words, your friends are going to really laugh off, but then that's okay. Find a friend circle which is going to be in the same mindset as yours and use it. It is not show off. It is you building your vocab strength altogether. And bonus hack, reverse engineer new words from CLAT mocks. And whenever you have the mocks to yourself, just make sure that you're going to reverse engineer. That is, you're going to see from the first mock till the last mock, I mean in descending order, do you remember the words or not? Next, reading comprehension. How should the game plan be? And what is the kind of determination that you need to carry? Include what we call as the SMART method, S-M-A-R-T. S is skim the gist. M for mark the tone, the shift in the example. So the moment you see that there is a deroot, there is a change in the tone, there is a change in the idea, just make a mark over there. Anchor the central theme, always be able to, have the crux in hand and refer back for evidence. So it's not a bad idea to keep rereading the passage again and again, which doesn't mean you have to read 10 times. You read it once or twice, or you go back to rectify an information to corroborate it. It's absolutely fine. Track time. Maximum 8 minutes per passage for starters. Eventually, we'll get this to 4.5 minutes, which is our actual bandwidth, but you can always begin. Things you need to be careful for, no overthinking, no tone panic, and of course, no blank skips. Start the comprehension first. It is the accuracy that comes first, then comes the speed. It is never the other way around. Some fluency hacks. We need to chill, but with the skill. So let's see what do we have over here. If you are into watching TV, excellent, watch TV. TV is equal to learning time. So what are you going to do? You're going to start maybe The Crown, Suits, Friends, whatever be the kind of series that you like. And then eventually you will level up to some really good stuff. It could be The Good Place, The Newsroom, and of course how you can have the other series as well. Then we have some podcast. And in all of this, all what you have to do is you just have to make sure that you have the subtitle going on so that you're reading English as well. Listen to podcast. Passive comprehension boosters are what they're called, because podcast will help you understand what perspectives are all about. And it's so mind refreshing. It declutters your mind as well. So you can listen to the daily, today in focus, stuff you should know. Some really good podcast here. Begin to talk in English. It could be to a mirror, it could be to a pet, it could be to a sibling who wouldn't roast you, anybody. Just start speaking in English. The moment you begin to speak, you will have a confidence which is then going to be untrammeled. So start with a 10 to 15 minutes a day, level it up to 1 hour only zone. There should always be a weekly challenge. Read the op-ed. Op-eds are opinion explained. Create 3 CLAT style questions from it. So every time you read it, you then have to begin with identifying what the summary is. Pick out 5 words. Find out the inference. Strengthen the idea. Weaken the idea. Find the assumption for the author as to why has he written the passage, and get the main idea of the passage. Bonus, your critical reasoning will also get a warm-up if you tend to be doing all of these activities. Take screenshots, summaries, and simplify. You can always have one headline to yourself, 2-line summaries, Insta stories, WhatsApp status, whatever it is. So if you feel that I've read something really nice, maybe make a WhatsApp status of what you've read today, right? Let people be curious, or let people correct you if there's something wrong that's happening. So all of these, of course, can be very easy, cool techniques to get better with English. Now, how much of English should you do daily? Now, what we prefer is anywhere between an hour and a half. So let's see, how should the English workout be? You must read the editorial. You must make a 2-line summary, and all of this should be done in about 20 minutes. Do 1 CLAT passage for 20 minutes thoroughly, properly. So here there is no chasing whatsoever. Do a vocab journal and review. So read all the words that you've written until now and review them. Watch some English clips with subtitles. So maybe a 15-minute or a 20-minute episode of something with subtitles. Podcast should be, or TED Talk can be for about 10 minutes. Speaking in English can be for about 30 minutes. So much of interaction with English, and like I said, there is no stopping then. What are the weekend add-ons that you can do? Do a full English mock, which is your sectional or your topic test that you tend to have. Reverse question building, accuracy tracker updates. Again, make an error log for yourself and see how exactly are you getting better with English. Always remember, consistency is greater than intensity. So it's not what you do, it's how consistently you do. So you do it for 5 days and are you going to get better? No. You do it for 1 month and are you going to get better? Definitely. That's how, because every day counts. What is going to be your weapon kit? Resources you will love. So there are a couple of very good resources that you can, hop onto in case you wish to expand, in case you want to, figure out more. So books can be RC99, Word Power Made Easy. We've got Norman Lewis. And of course, the CLAT PYQs. They are the best. In fact, the examination PYQs, they are the best source. There are some digital tools. We've got vocab.com. We've got the Hindu app. We've got InShots. We've got book material practice mode. Of course, we've got the CLAT Post. That is our raging study material that we have. There is Red Theory. There is Newsella for more adaptive reading. So these are some very good websites and sources that you can simply hop on to. Now, how will you know you're really winning? How will you know that, yes, I am getting better? So you will know you're leveling up when you don't freak out at a 500-word passage. You see something so long and you're like, okay, bring it on. This is my zone. This is something that I'm comfortable in. You can guess meanings based on the vibe. Vocab is no more a problem. You read the sentence, you might not know the word, but you will still know what it's talking about. You complete 5 RCs in about 35 to 40 minutes, and the accuracy is also on point. You casually say things like, that's such a paradox, bro. You've elevated your level of English altogether. So if English starts to feel like fun, you're doing it right. If it feels like a task, you're doing it all wrong. And in the end, please understand, English isn't a test you clear. It's a confidence you build. It's a language. It's a skill. So read like your rank depends on it. It's Spoiler alert, it does. Talk like you own the mic. Please make sure that you are somebody who has such an impeccable rhetoric that everybody is mesmerized when you speak. And solve passages like you are in the final boss level. And with that, I hope English is going to be a savior for you. So stop worrying about English. English is not difficult. It'll take time because we've not been into the habit of reading so much. But once it comes, there of course has to be no stopping. Please make sure you inculcate these and do let me know if that works out for you. If you like the video, you know what to do. Click the like button, share it with like-minded friends, and help them also surf through all of the English turmoils that come up. Comment on the chat box if you like this, if it's inspired you, if it's given you direction, or if there's anything more that you want me to make around. I'm going to see you guys next time with another really happening video. But until then, please make sure that this is something that you follow, because then there's no point me making videos if there's no follow-up that's being done to it. Thank you so much, guys.